Sup, bro? Uh, oh yeah, let's have a drink. Oh man, that coffee is peng, mate. Beautiful coffee. Skull that motherfucker. So, bro, today recently I've been thinking about like motivation, discipline. You know, is motivation overrated? Is discipline overrated? More specifically, when it comes to like building an exercise habit, right? Because many people struggle to like get into the gym, build an exercise habit. And recently I've realized that I just love, one sec, bro. Oh, how do I heighten this chair? What the bro, found it. Yeah, bro, some people just seem to just have unlimited motivation when it comes to going to the gym, right? Me included. Like recently, I've just had so much motivation to go to the gym. I just love going to the gym. You know, I don't look forward to rest days because it means I won't be able to go to the gym. But you know, there are periods of my life where it doesn't feel like this. I don't feel like I have this unlimited motivation to work out and go to the gym. And it feels like a bit of a grind, you know? Like about a month ago I had like a really horrible flu. It lasted like 2 weeks, and so I could not go to the gym at all for 2 weeks. And naturally, when the flu was done and I was trying to get back into going to the gym, I go 4 times a week, right? So I was trying to get the habit back to going to the gym after I got the flu. And I realized that it was pretty difficult to like rebuild that habit. Before my flu, I was like very easily going to the gym 4 times a week. Basically did not struggle at all to just wake up, to actually want to go to the gym. Like I was just so deeply intrinsically motivated to go. You know, I was not looking forward to rest days because I found them boring because I couldn't do what I loved, which was going to the gym, right? But after 2 weeks of not going to the gym, after 2 weeks of not going to the gym, when I had the flu, I realized that like my voice might still be a bit weird because I haven't fully recovered. It's been like a month. Anyway, I found that after my flu was done and I didn't have that intrinsic motivation to go to the gym that I had before my flu. It was actually kind of difficult to get into that first gym session, and then kind of difficult to get into the next gym session as well. It took me about 2 weeks to build up to the point where I've got this motivation back. So now, like, I'm going to the gym later today. I'm actually excited to go. So my motivation is back. But that had me thinking, like, where is this motivation coming from? And why does it disappear when I get the flu, you know? Yeah, for me, this kind of like deep motivation has only ever really happened with sports and the gym. In high school, when I first started getting into the gym, just right away I had like unlimited energy to go. Not right away, but yeah, I had like unlimited energy just to go to the gym, right? Like I was waking up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym because I had to go before school. Woke up at 5 a.m. It was like a 45-minute drive to the school gym. And I was doing this a couple times a week. And I'm just wondering, like, where in the world did I get so much drive and motivation to go, right? And is it sustainable, you know? And I do think it's sustainable because I've been going pretty consistently for the past year or so. And I've had this motivation pretty much the whole time to go. But it's not like this with every exercise. Like, so during lockdown 2020, right? I tried to build an exercise habit because I was just sitting around all day indoors and I wanted to exercise and be active. But gyms were closed, right? As I'm sure you know, gyms were closed during lockdown 2020, so I could not go to the gym. So, but I still wanted to do some kind of resistance training. So what I did was I tried to build a body weight workout. And I've always known that I just don't really enjoy body weight workouts. I don't know what it is about them. It might be because they're really uncomfortable in my joints, or I don't know, I just don't enjoy them. Like, I don't enjoy doing push-ups as much as I enjoy doing bench, right? So here I was at home trying to build this habit of doing bodyweight training. And I started off really intensely. I was going 4 days a week. I was doing it 4 days a week. You know, and it was painful. I didn't enjoy it, but I pushed through. And after about a month, I gave up. It was just too hard. I was like, no, I cannot do this long term. I'm just gonna wait till gyms reopen. All right. So I'm wondering, like, why do I have the motivation to go to the gym, but not to do this bodyweight training? And one thing I realized is when I first got into the gym in high school, right? I was super skinny. Like, I was like properly like underweight. Like, people would make fun of me for how skinny I was. You know, it was partly to do with genetics. And it was partly to do with, I just didn't enjoy eating. I don't know why. So I didn't really put on that much weight during puberty. And my wrists are skinny as hell, right? Like, I can pretty much put an entire like ring around my wrist. So I'm just naturally a very skinny guy, right? So, but I was deeply, deeply insecure about this. Like, I was very like, I didn't like showing off my body, my arms, anything, because I felt like so skinny. I hated it, right? So that's why I was so motivated to go to the gym, because I heard, wow, okay, you can change being skinny. That's what I realized. I was like, okay, being skinny is not a permanent thing. I can be any body I want, right? And like literally any body I want. I just have to put in the work and the time. So when I learned about this for the first time, and my friends were telling me about how, you know, gym existed and this is how you get bigger and you can become any person you want, I just naturally was so driven to go. Like, I did not struggle waking up at 5 a.m. to go, because this goal, this vision in my mind that I had was just so worth it, worth the sacrifice, right? And luckily, I cracked the key back then. In the back of my mind, I always knew that I was gonna go for that 10 out of 10 physique. I always knew that my goal in the long run was going to be that ideal body, whatever that was to me, right? So I didn't care if it took 10 years. I didn't care. I was in it for life, and that goal was worth it for me. So I realized that is where so much of my motivation just came from, because it was worth waking up at 5 a.m. for that 10 out of 10 physique. And that makes me think of many guys who, I ask them their fitness goals and they tell me, oh, I just want to put on a little bit of muscle, or I just want to lose a little bit of fat, or yeah, I just want to be healthy, you know? Like, great, you know, you want to be healthy, that's good. You want to put on a bit of muscle, good, you know? But, you know, if that was my goal, I would not have woken up at 5 a.m. I would not have to go to the gym. I would not have, you know, gone when I was tired. I would not have gone multiple times a week, because that's not a goal worth sacrificing for. So for me, like, I needed that really big goal. I needed that huge goal worth sacrificing everything for. And that's what got me so much, basically unlimited motivation on tap, because the vision was worth it, right? Now, many guys, they'll say like, oh yeah, I don't care about being that big. I just want to put on a bit of muscle. I just want to lose a bit of fat. You know, they might be just trying to be humble, you know, and not be too arrogant. Because it is kind of arrogant. Like, it can seem kind of arrogant to say like, oh yeah, I want to be huge. But why not, you know? If that's what you deep down really want, what's the point of denying it? What's the point of lying to yourself, telling yourself that you don't want to be huge, that you don't want to have a certain body? Because if the idea of having that certain body will motivate you to go to the gym, then why not? You know, why not have that as your goal in the back of your mind? And like, you might think like, oh, because if you have that goal, then you're never going to be happy with yourself, right? Because you're never going to, you're never going to be able to really achieve your 10 out of 10 body, right? Like, you hear about people who've been going to the gym for 10 years and they never feel big enough, right? Like, they're always going to be forever small because, you know, they're never satisfied with their body. And I've thought about this, and that is the point, in my opinion. That is the point of going to the gym. Because once you're satisfied with your body and you feel, you know, you feel like you've achieved your goal, then you're not going to have any more motivation to go to the gym. You're gonna have no reason to wake up at 5 a.m. because you've achieved what you want, right? And so, at least for me, that insecurity of feeling really skinny in high school was a good thing, because it was like negative fuel that pushed me to go to the gym. And the thing is, like, if you feel skinny and insecure, when I felt skinny and insecure and I wasn't doing anything about it, that's what made me feel bad. It was like, oh man, you know, I'm so skinny and I'm always going to be skinny. It sucks, right? But once I started building the gym habit and actually getting into it and actually seeing progress, then that insecurity didn't mess me up as much, because I knew I was doing what I could to improve it. So it became this kind of negative thing that was weighing me down to this thing that was fueling me and pushing me to do my best and to go and reach out for my big goals. And yes, like, I'm probably forever going to feel skinny and forever going to feel small, but good, you know, let that motivate me. Because I was never going to the gym just to, you know, achieve a certain physique and then stop, you know? My goal wasn't, oh, okay, I'm going to go to the gym for the next 5 years and then I'm done. Once I've achieved my dream physique, I'm done. I'm quitting the gym. That's it. No. Luckily for me, I always had this mindset that I'm in it for life, you know? I'm going to be going to the gym for the rest of my life. So it doesn't matter how long it takes me to achieve a certain physique, and I'm always going to be working on it, always going to be improving, right? I'm going to be that 60-year-old dude in the gym, you know, who's got gray hair and is still like busting out workouts. It's hard to know, because that's like 35 years away. So my goals may change by then. You know, I may be more interested in strength, or I may be more interested in, like, you know, connecting with my body in a deeper way, rather than what I'm interested in now, which is like strength and growth. So my goals may change, but I know that this physical fitness journey, it's for life. It's not just for a couple years. And so, because I'm playing this infinite game, there's no rush, you know? I know I'm gonna reach the goal eventually. Time's gonna pass. Either that time will pass and I will have been working towards my goals, or that time will pass and I will have nothing, right? Like, sometimes I wish that I got into the gym much earlier. If I started lifting when I was like 15, or I started lifting seriously when I was like 20, because I'm 24 now, right? And I've been lifting seriously for like a year and a half. And before that, I was kind of on and off, on and off. So I've probably made about 2 years of progress in my life. But if I started much earlier, I'd be much bigger right now. I'd have made much more progress right now. And that can be kind of demotivating, right? But then I realize I'm in it for life. So it doesn't matter how long it takes, you know, I am where I am. In 2 years, it's gonna be 2 years. And either I would have been going to the gym for the next 2 years, or I wouldn't have, right? So that's kind of my mindset. And also I'm grateful that I'm going to the gym and being physically active at 24. I'm grateful because there are many 30-year-olds out there who are overweight, who don't go to the gym. And yeah, it could be worse. I could be like them, you know? I'm just grateful that I'm 24 and I'm already on this 2 years into this journey, basically. So yeah, that's definitely the motivating factor for me. That big goal in the back of my mind. But there are times when I'm going to the gym for a couple weeks and, you know, I'm not working out as efficiently as I should be. I'm not eating as efficiently as I should be. I'm not, you know, doing everything optimally. And my progress kind of slows down. Like a few weeks pass and I notice I haven't really made any progress. I haven't really gained any weight. I don't look much bigger. I'm not getting much stronger. And that can be really demotivating, right? So the long-term goal is important. Being in it for life is important. But I think progress is the other really important motivating factor. I think progress literally is one of the greatest motivations. Progress. So during those periods where I'm not really making any progress, my motivation seriously drops. But then when I get back into it and I, you know, optimize my routine a bit more and I, you know, start taking it a bit more seriously, then I start seeing progress again and my motivation just comes back and that fire is back for me to be deeply motivated to go. So I think progress is really important. And that's what I really love about the gym, right? Like, if you're a beginner at least, within like a few weeks, you're already seeing progress. You're already noticing that your chest seems a bit bigger, or you're already noticing that you're lifting heavier weights, or your form is getting better. You know, the progress is really fast. Compare that to, say, like playing tennis or playing a sport. The progress isn't as obvious. Like, it's not as visible, you can't really see it. And so it's harder to stay motivated when you can't really see the progress, right? Like, and also another aspect, holy cow. Oh, shit. The fish I ate for breakfast is coming back up. I smell fishy. What was I saying? What the Oh yeah. One thing I realized is that the gym kind of has this natural kind of progress, like preview built into it. So like when you have a really hard gym session and you really push yourself, your muscles will fill up with blood and you'll just look bigger. And that's called the pump, right? I'm sure you people who go to the gym, I'm sure you know, if you go to the gym, you know about the pump, right? So the pump is kind of like, it shows what you're going to look like in a few weeks or a few months. So like built into going to the gym, there's this natural kind of like preview that shows you the progress you can make. And so that's pretty motivating as well, right? So progress, long-term vision and goal that's actually worth sacrificing for, those two things are essential, in my opinion, for building a good exercise habit. Now, of course, it's going to be different for different people. Like, one guy might have a dream of being an amazing tennis player, or maybe he's always had the dream of running a marathon or something. That's going to be his big goal, right? That's going to be the thing that gets him up in the morning to sacrifice everything to make progress. So it's different for everyone, you know, like, but for most men, I'd say resistance training is the thing that naturally motivates them the most, because yeah, men have this ability to just build a ton of muscle and get huge and strong, and it builds your confidence and it makes you proud of yourself and look good. It's a truly beautiful thing. There's this quote from Socrates that I love. I think it's from Socrates. I don't know. I'm going to butcher the quote. It was like, it is a shame for a man to grow old and not see the strength and beauty that his body is capable of, right? I love that quote because, you know, we're here in life. Why not see what your body is capable of? Why not see what power and beauty that your body is capable of, right? Like, that's what I see lifting as. It's like this, it's an art form. It's a way to like build your body. It's like you're working on a sculpture, right? You're working on a sculpture, and that sculpture is the thing that you carry with you at all times. It's your body. So your body is a work of art. That's how I see lifting and resistance training. That's why I love it so much. It's such a beautiful thing. And yeah, and right now I'm in my physical prime, I guess. I'm grateful that I can say that right now I'm in my physical prime. I'm 24, and I'll probably be in my prime for at least the next like 10 years. This is when I'm going to be healthiest, strongest. This is when my potential is going to be the highest. So if you're about this age, or even if you're younger, this is the time to see what you're capable of, what your potential is. Like, how strong can I get? How big can I get? You know, what is the beauty that my body is capable of expressing? And so yeah, like, I have so much motivation because I'm literally in love with this craft, this activity. It's not an activity, it's a lifestyle, you know? And that's why it's so great. And another thing I've been thinking about is discipline, right? So what exactly is discipline? Discipline is kind of like, I guess you could say it's like doing the thing that you know you have to do, no matter how you feel. So like, if you feel tired and terrible, you still do that thing. And, you know, this kind of debate between like motivation and discipline, like, you know, many people say motivation is overrated, just use discipline, because you're not always going to feel like doing the hard thing. So always rely on discipline, you know, kind of like emotions versus logic, right? You know, but I think motivation is a lot deeper than just emotions. Like, motivation is not just how you feel on the day, right? Yes, 100% I agree. How you feel on the day, you should try to ignore as much as possible. So when it comes to like these fleeting emotions that are kind of like on and off, like how you feel in the moment, how you feel on a certain day, yes, if possible, rely on discipline and force yourself to do those things, right? Because if you feel horrible, but you still get in a gym session, even if it's a bad gym session, even if you are not pushing to your full potential, you are essentially bulletproofing yourself against those days where you don't feel good. Because if you feel horrible and you still go to the gym, if you're not motivated and you still go to the gym, then whenever you feel that again, whenever you feel horrible and unmotivated, you're more likely to go to the gym, because you will have that experience of going when you didn't feel like it, and you remember how proud you felt, how good you felt, and you realize that it actually wasn't that hard. It was all in the mind. So discipline is about kind of overpowering your mind and doing the things regardless of how you feel, right? So yes, I think motivation on a daily basis, these fleeting emotions, is overrated. But motivation goes much deeper than just temporary emotions. Motivation goes to the core of your soul. Motivation is literally like your vision for the future, your long-term goals. That's this deep intrinsic motivation, and I think this is the most important thing. The why of what you're doing. If you don't have a why, a reason for doing this exercise routine that you're doing, then it doesn't matter how much discipline you have. You're going to give up eventually, right? If you're just going to the gym just to put on a little bit of muscle or lose a bit of fat, then this deep intrinsic motivation is not there. Yes, you could force yourself, do the hard work, no matter how you feel, but you're going to give up eventually, because you're going to be like, what's the point of all this? What's the point of sacrificing so much for this goal that's not even worth it, What's the point? So you got to start with why. You got to start with your vision, why you're actually going to the gym, why you're doing this exercise. And then you can use discipline on a daily basis to push you when you don't feel like it. So to an extent, yes, discipline is overrated, and yes, to an extent, motivation is overrated, but they're both so essential. And it's these two things that will help you. But also, one more thing I realized, that discipline does not mean do the perfect workout no matter how you feel. That's not what it means, right? Discipline means doing the thing that you don't want to, no matter how you feel, right? So if you're getting into a gym habit, so like when I'm getting into a gym habit, for example, when I had the flu for 2 weeks, I didn't think, discipline, I don't feel like going, I'm going to go 4 days a week and push really hard, let's go. No, because I was used to not going at all. I had spent 2 weeks building up this habit of not going to the gym. I'm not going to use discipline to push myself to my absolute limits and start going 4 days a week. I would have burnt out really fast. I need to use discipline for the next hardest step. So for me, I wasn't going to the gym at all. Discipline would be used literally just to do a workout, right? So I would use discipline to just get into the gym and start that, get that ball rolling, right? Because even just going into the gym and doing like a 5-minute workout after I was sick for 2 weeks, that's progress, right? And I don't feel like doing that because I've been resting for so long. So I got to use that discipline to just get in progress, right? You see many people, they're like super motivated to go to the gym, they're hyped, they're gonna start going to the gym, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go every day for the next year, it's gonna be great. They go twice, they burn out, and they give up. It's because they're trying to use discipline, they're not using discipline in the right way. You need to use discipline to just go beyond your comfort zone and just take that next step. If you haven't been going to the gym at all, literally just doing a 20-minute workout is already progress, right? So start slow. Remember, we're playing this infinite game, we're in it for life. Let it take you a month to build that gym habit, no problem. Just because you're in it for life. It doesn't matter if the first month you're getting into it and you're not in your full habit yet, because this is already progress, because you're going from not going to the gym at all to doing 20-minute workouts once or twice a week. That's already progress. So just slowly improve and improve and improve and go more and more. And yeah, I think that's where people go wrong with discipline. They try to achieve this perfectionist routine. They try to have the perfect routine, but you're going to burn out, you're going to give up, you're going to lose motivation. Because at the beginning, you're relying on this motivation that you have, this temporary motivation, and that's going to go away. And you're going to be left with the hard thing that you have to do.